According to a new report from the Washington Post, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., the independent presidential candidate, and Donald Trump's campaign have been holding talks recently following, of course, the leaked phone call from last week about the possibility of Bobby dropping out, endorsing Donald Trump, and in exchange, getting a cabinet position. Now, last week, of course, as I mentioned, we had that leaked phone call that Bobby's son leaked out there to the public for some reason, where Trump is on the phone with Bobby. Trump is telling Bobby, like, it'd be so great, we'd love to have you do something. And then Bobby's son deleted it because I think he realized, shouldn't have done that. Bobby had to apologize to the country for it and to Donald Trump. But apparently, according to this Washington Post report, that wasn't the end of it. Which, by the way, I did talk about that incident last week if you want to go back and get a refresher on it. But the Washington Post report suggests that there have been ongoing talks of Kennedy dropping out, endorsing Donald Trump, and then being rewarded with some kind of cabinet position. The Washington Post did reach out to Kennedy's camp, and Kennedy responded and said, I have a lot of respect for President Trump for reaching out to me. Nobody from the DNC, high or low, has ever reached out to me in 18 months. Instead, they've allocated millions to try to disrupt my campaign. I'm willing to talk to anybody from either political party who wants to talk about children's health and how to end the chronic disease epidemic. Well, I have a suggestion on how we can end the chronic disease epidemic that you're not going to like because it goes against everything that you're cashing in on these days, because you can end chronic diseases with vaccines, you dipshit. Did you not know that? Like, your whole crusade against vaccines is actually causing people to be sicker, causing children to get illnesses that had essentially evaporated from existence. Right? The measles outbreaks that we have had in recent years, that didn't happen before the anti-vax movement, of which you are a part. Whether you want to be or not, whether you want to admit it, because you try to say like, no, I'm just questioning. No, you're not. You're a part of it, man. I've seen it firsthand. Now, here's the thing. Obviously, there's nothing illegal about this, even if they are colluding and doing this. But what I want to point out about this is the hypocrisy of both the Trump campaign and the Kennedy campaign with their little efforts here. Because both of these men, both of these freak shows, have accused the Democratic Party of colluding behind closed doors. Oh, they're making all these deals in back rooms, and look at them. Now they've launched a coup, Trump says, against President Biden. What the hell do you think it is you two are doing? If you have held a single conversation where any of this has even been hinted at, then you're basically doing the exact same thing y'all are whining and crying and pissing and moaning about the Democrats allegedly doing. So at least have the decency to be honest about it. At least have the decency to recognize your own hypocrisy in this particular issue. You don't get to point fingers at another person and accuse them of doing something when you're doing something probably even more nefarious behind closed doors. But that's what you guys are reportedly doing. If the report is wrong, come out and prove that it's wrong. But until then, we got no choice but to believe that the two of y'all are working on something behind the scenes, namely because Donald Trump is terrified that Kennedy is going to suck away enough Republican votes to guarantee Donald Trump a loss in November. The best thing Kennedy can do is stay in the race, because he's not hurting the Democrats, but he is diminishing Trump's chances of winning in November. And that's why Trump is so scared, and that's why they seem pretty open to this deal with him to get him to drop out. Hi everyone, this here is little Athena, and Athena would like to know why you haven't subscribed to Fair and Balanced yet, so please don't let Athena down. Subscribe today.